Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Black Table. It is definitely the most anticipated late night television show. And, we've got everything just for you. Filling it just with the right dose of, drinks, everything. And as it is, we're here to ensure that, we give you a good time. I'm surprised that I ended up here, and I'm sure you're surprised that I'm here too. Because I'm not Mazino. However, I'm going to be filling in for Mazino this evening because he was kidnapped. And we're trying to find money to put together to bring him back. I'm sure he'll survive wherever he is. But yeah, I'll be filling in tonight on the Black Table. And of course, I wouldn't be doing this alone because, this show is all about the man cave. And with me, of course, I'm going to be doing all this discussion with some very interesting people, starting with Gang over there. Gang is,
Yes.
Gang, special
Tell
man.
them the truth. Zeno doesn't have fuel money to make it to this place.
Sure.
Let him breathe.
Wow.
Okay, I didn't say that, but yeah, we're all feeling the heat. The heat is, it's a lot. Fuel is really expensive right now. So yes, we're all doing... we're all trying to patch up and, ensure that we're all able to move around and all that. But yeah, enough about that. Of course, we also have Deck in the house, a.k.a. the premium MC, a.k.a. the biker, a.k.a. I don't know what to call him anymore.
AKA plenty things,
Yeah, exactly.
You already know. Thank you so much for having me
Great
tonight.
to have you here, man.
Thank you.
And of course, finally, we call him the rich uncle. I mean... I don't even know what to say about him, but this is one of the most traveled men
People
I
go
know.
think, say,
He moves
I
around.
They talk.
He get the money.
Amen. Amen.
Oluwafemi
Let
definitely
the
in the
rich
house.
breathe.
Yeah, let the rich breathe.
Unless
Yeah.
they do deserve to breathe. Let them breathe.
Yeah.
Let them breathe.
Okay, so guys, you're all welcome. It promises to be an interesting show tonight. Tonight we're going to be opening the phone calls. Let's hear people, call in.
But that not set up. That not set up. Like,
Wow. So we're going to have
did you
phone
know-
calls
did you know
tonight.
about
I had
definitely.
no idea.
did you know about this?
No, I did not.
But we are here now.
Yeah, so we're all
We need to
here.
pay Manzino's ransom because
Yes,
this
we
guy.
need to get Mazino's back.
The guys said they don't want money. They said they want fuel.
my Leo. You go out.
Fuel him, serious
Go out.
man.
Yeah.
Manzino and petrol. 570. He's a strong guy.
So I'm
He'll
going
take care of
to just
himself.
put out the lines there for people to call. It's already on your screen. It's 08127-053-687-091-39076-948. So call in, give us your thoughts on all the things we're going to be discussing today. We have a lot of interesting things to talk about today, and hopefully we'll be able to, dissect it the right way. But the main topic today is a bit controversial, but it's important that we touch base on it. We're going to be talking about drawing the line between consensual sex and rape. I mean, I know everyone here has something they want to say about it.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's going to be a bit touchy. I know we're going to have a bit of agreements and disagreements, but down the line, we'll be providing some interesting answers. With that being said, we'll take a quick break. When we return, the Black Table continues.
You always take the bill on the first date, second date, and third date. Bro code.
Welcome back. It's still definitely the hottest male talk show on Nigerian television. It is the Black Table. And of course, I have some very interesting gentlemen in the house here in the man cave. We're going to be talking about a couple of things. But what we'll start with right now is our first quick fire for tonight. You all know about Chef Dammy. Interesting thing that's been happening in the country. Everyone is trying to break a record. Of course, Hilda Bassi was able to get a certificate from the Guinness Book of Records. But, we all know what's happened with Chef Dammy. And now, over time,
Yeah.
a lot of things, has happened.
You're not a good person. You're not a good person.
So let me just quickly read this tweet.
You know the funny thing?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Oh, that.
No, I'm so sorry, but that was not even the reason why I laughed.
So-
I remember.
Imagine explaining this to Chef Dammy. Imagine explaining this to your laughter.
I remember something else. You know the guy that was crying?
Yeah,
and he got blind.
Somebody did that.
Yes.
Oh, God.
So somebody, was trying to.
Are you joking right
I'm
now?
not playing. Like this guy was trying to.
He went blind as in blind.
hit the world record for
Yeah.
the longest
Oh,
cry.
yeah.
Right. So this guy cried so much that it got to a point he got blind temporarily. I'm not even joking. This stuff is online.
Yeah, so
So that's what I remembered.
I think across recent times we've had a lot of Nigerians going out there trying to break one record or the other,
Yes,
and for me it's fast becoming a joke. Some people have some really really good intentions, but it's now getting out of control. Let me just quickly read out this tweet. So Chef Dammy, earlier this week, there was a tweet saying that Chef Dammy, that was the yardstick of morality and face of Christianity, has gone to sign a 1 million naira deal with a sex toy company.
No, not lie.
Wait, hold on.
No, that's not, no.
Yeah, so she signed
Not lie.
with Fekomi. Hold on.
No, not
So
lie
the
now.
thing is this.
Yeah.
This is facts, right? I saw it in the news earlier in the week.
Yeah.
Now, what I come to realize is that, you see, whilst and after she did her nullified cookathon, right? She made mention of the fact that she didn't have any sponsorship, she didn't have any money with her, and what have you, right? Now, this is a case of somebody who is, trying to project morality, but had the opportunity from immorality, all right? So wait, hold on. So wouldn't you rather get the money and use that money to
to promote morality?
I didn't get to that point. I was going to say she was going to use Fekomi in church.
Femi is so
let's
soft.
hear from
Let
Gary.
me try and make it a little bit clearer for Femi or for some people out there. Dammy has a church background, a spiritual Christian background.
I think the
so
stuff
she's seen as a
cookathon even
standard.
happened in the church.
Here's one thing: she's seen as a standard of morality and right doing and right living. You get me?
What would Jesus do?
But here's the funny thing: because she needs financial support, you get me. So she now got this offer. Is it $1 million naira?
$1 million naira. Yeah.
She got an offer from $1 million naira, and she's like, oh, she's proud to accept this $1 million naira from this company. You get me? On her way to her, that company is also involved in a certain product that is for.
No, do you think it's unaware to her?
Yes.
I think she's.
Are you sure?
Yes.
No. Let me get it straight. How is it that somebody gives you their money and they won't tell you? No, hold on. How is it that somebody gives you their money with their name boldly written on the check?
Yes.
And they won't tell you that this is what we do?
Because here's the funny thing, the company on their own, they like the publicity that Chef Dammy is getting. You get me? And Chef Dammy has said, I didn't get sponsorship, I need resources.
Right.
So they came in and said, we will give you the resources. She said, I'll collect the resources.
What kind of toys do they sell though? Like, let's be specific.
I don't know.
Adult
So if you know
toys,
Fekomi,
basically.
Fekomi, I keep saying the name. This
Yeah,
is free
no,
advert.
it's fine. I mean,
So the thing is, Fekomi is all about sexual lifestyle. Now, this guy is a professional when it comes to, how to satisfy your wife, how to satisfy your spouse, the things that you're supposed to do, the things that you're supposed to use to satisfy them. And, even, in fact, this guy was even into this, what do you call them, STI killers and all of those kind of things, Now, the thing is, the guy himself is actually a model in the society. If you look at Fekomi is a decent businessman. He knows exactly what he's doing. Like you said, this guy is just trying to bask in the euphoria of the popularity that the girl is getting.
Okay,
right?
so
But the
at
girl
this point,
at this point did not. I can't say she didn't realize that Fekomi was that kind of company. But the issue was not the type of company. The issue was the fact that she needed money.
Exactly.
Okay, so
She didn't have
the
money.
thing is this. Okwe, what do you think
Chef Dammy,
is the problem
Jesus will be
itself?
disappointed.
So you think it's
So
really wrong for us
so
to
the thing
accept
is
it?
this.
No, I didn't say that. I just said Jesus will be disappointed.
Okay, but the thing is this. I don't think that it would be an issue. I don't think Jesus would be upset. Because I feel... No, listen.
Bro.
Listen. So the thing is this. She could advertise those things to married people. That's not a sin.
So you're saying that morally, it
Yes.
still works for her?
Yes, it still works
Okay,
for her.
as long as she's saying, okay, this
As
is
long
for
as
married
she's saying
people.
that this is for married people. Unfortunately, she's not married.
So-
But is there at
So
any
let
point...
me just put it to you guys like this.
Yeah.
When she signed that deal, somewhere in heaven, Jesus will be like, damn.
We lost another one.
Why?
We lost another
Why? but why?
No. So let me ask you a question.
Why?
So you see, this is where we put religion to
Say you
test
don't
and all
believe
of this.
me.
So this is where we put religion to test and
Yeah.
all of that, right? So in the time that this girl has come out to say that I don't have money to support myself,
Yeah.
how
Nobody came
many
through. Nobody came
religious-based
through. Facts,
businesses came to her
facts.
aid?
Exactly. So
How many people who are
Yeah.
religiously
Because
inclined
what
came
she's
to her
seeing,
aid
she's seeing
or
Naira
support
signs.
her?
What's up? She's seeing Naira signs. She's seeing the money. She's seeing what she needs financially.
Yes.
That I can use.
but
And
wait.
she has claimed that she
And
wants to
that's
do
a
it
great
again.
that's a great angle, saying that it's
Yes.
for married people. Because
Yes.
a lot of married people actually need these things. So she really isn't doing any wrong.
So at what point does Christianity or religion generally clash with, what she's doing? Because as far as I'm concerned, she hasn't come out to say she is, a religious leader or something. She has come out as a chef publicly.
Right.
And I don't see anything wrong in what, accepting £1 million from
So
Fekumi.
if you put yourself in a certain type of light, right? There are expectations.
Yeah.
So I can, for example, say, in one hand, I own a nightclub, and I'm a pastor.
But I know a pastor
Okay.
today who is a governor, who owns a nightclub,
Okay.
who owns a restaurant, who
That's
owns
a
an
businessman.
hotel.
No, that's a businessman.
So how do you separate
No, that's a
all of
businessman.
that? Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with it, but you can't tell me. So, in the real sense of the word, religion in Africa is different from religion anywhere else in the world.
Yes, I agree.
Africa, we're very deep. So you can't tell me that, oh, I own a strip club, but I'm also a pastor. Like, bro, come on.
Strip club.
Yeah.
Come on.
I'll go to that church.
Now, truth be told, there's some things that is not really wrong doing it or associating yourself with it, but it just looks odd. So
exactly.
just don't bother
Don't
associating
go-
yourself
don't
with
go-
it.
don't go down that way.
Do you understand? Let me give you an example. After Black Table now,
Yeah.
12 p.m., if we say we want to go and spread the gospel in nightclubs and strip clubs, we want to go and talk to people about religion, people will see us going to the clubs. They don't know our
They don't know
intention.
you.
So
But-
because of that, it's like, why
but-
bother?
Wait.
But-
You start with what he said. What would Jesus
What
do?
would Jesus do? He's like, damn.
But you do know that
These
in the
people-
Bible, Jesus did not judge anyone.
Yeah.
You do know that
Technically, yeah.
Jesus protected the sinners. In fact, he
Yeah.
was a
religion-
massive fan of sinners.
Yeah, because he also said, and I can quote the scripture for you if you want.
Yes,
He
please.
actually said he came here for the sinners.
Yes.
For you guys that are morally righteous, for you guys that know what you're doing,
They
he
are
didn't
late.
come here for you guys. He came for those that fall short and seek the glory of God.
Thank you, gang. Now, gang has given us a good reason to go out later tonight to one of those
Technically,
places.
technically, basically spreading the gospel, though. Doing the work of God.
Interesting. So we're going to take our second quick fire now. This is something that I'm sure is going to tickle the fancy of everyone here. Let me just read this out quickly. Can friends have a sexual relationship and still keep it on that friendship level? Yeah.
When are they see all these things?
So but I think, I'm sorry, but do you want to say something?
No, you go first.
I know what that is going to say. Let me hear it.
No,
Okay, let's
no,
hear
but
that. Let's listen to that.
I will shock you.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, shock us.
So you know the thing is this, it will work for men, it won't work for women.
Okay. Why do you say that?
And I'll tell you why. The reason is because as a man, you don't know that men can actually love one person and just be cutting.
I kind of agree, yeah.
All right? If they are cutting, if your friend says that, okay, you know what? Because I know you, all right, and I'm safe with you, and I feel safe with you, and I want to, be sexually active with you. Please, can you do me this favor?
Okay.
That's gonna work.
Okay.
It's possible for it to work. Matter of fact, if it now becomes too good, the woman can now begin to fall in love.
Okay.
So I feel like men can keep it just sex.
So you mean that when we're talking about friends with benefits,
Yes.
the men can manage it more emotionally.
Yes, because
Okay.
women are more emotionally inclined.
Do you
right?
guys agree with what Dex
that's
just
a
said?
fact.
Listen, to be very honest, this is where I'm coming from, right? A lot of times.
Are we talking from experience now, though? Let's just be clear.
Are you talking from experience?
Yeah, let me talk from experience.
Fantastic.
A lot of
I
people,
like that.
a lot of times you're being told to marry your friend,
Yeah.
marry your best friend. And this is where I'm coming from. I feel a lot of relationships, if you take sex out of that equation, take sex out of the relationship, what's left? Do you understand? What's left in your relationship with your spouses or whoever it is? Take sex out, can the relationship still stand and still hold? So it's very possible. I feel 100%. There's some women that are like that are not as emotional as other people think. That they can say, I have an itch to scratch. Scratch the itch. They're mature about it. We had sex. Let's keep on being friends. You get me?
Yes.
Now, here's the funny thing. You can only do this and achieve it if both of them don't have other people.
Okay. Okay.
That's a
Okay.
caveat.
That's something.
I like the
I was just
caveat,
going to say
yes.
that, you know what, if they're both single, I think it can work. But once one person is romantically attached elsewhere,
That's where the problem starts.
emotions will creep in. And then I think that most men generally can separate sex from love.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
agree.
Like men are
that's
quite clear
very
about that.
true.
But I don't know. I'm not a woman, so I wouldn't say. But from experience, I've realized that women feel like if you are doing me, I should only part of your life.
Exactly. Yeah.
I should
That
only,
attachment
I should
comes
only
in.
part of
It
your life.
creeps
I should
in.
only
In
part
fact,
of your
it
time.
creeps in.
But
That
I,
comes
I,
in. It
I feel
creeps
I
in.
feel more and more women that are now more modern in terms of everything are going into relationships like this and just having casual sex with men that they fancy.
Let me
without
ask this
adding,
question.
so
Let
much to
me
it.
ask this question. Have you ever had sexual relations with somebody that it's been a while, that both of you have even forgotten that you've slept with each other, and you meet, you run into each other, there's no memory of it, then maybe something just happens and you're like, yeah, we've actually...
Is that from
It
experience
never,
too?
it never really registered.
Child of God, can't relate. Child of God, child of God, can't relate.
No.
We can't
Child
relate,
of
guys.
You
God.
can't relate.
Yeah,
A child of
but
God.
thank you for
You, I know, yes, but child of God.
You,
No, I
guys
don't
don't,
think
you
I
don't have
can.
to be
I'm
as
so sorry.
useless.
No, child of
No,
God.
I don't think I can. Because I feel like
You
know,
never
sex-
run into somebody and you forgot that I've actually
No,
been
no,
involved
no.
with
I
this person.
feel like
Okay, if
sex
I'm being
is not
honest,
something.
I can relate.
No.
Yeah.
I think sex is not something that you forget easily.
You
Yeah,
forget
well, if
easily.
you're like,
It's
if you're
not-
like gang,
and
though,
I'll
and you
tell
had a gang of women.
gang of women.
No, but
Can't
but-
be like, you know, like,
But check this out, check this out.
happen.
So for some women, I can't speak for them, but let me just say this. For
Okay.
some women, the sex was so bad that they didn't register it as having sex.
That's a different
okay,
thing
okay.
entirely.
Can
If it
we
was
ask the
bad,
people behind
yes,
the
it can be.
It
It
didn't
can be
register as
registered
if, yeah,
as
this guy
nothing.
had sex. They're like,
Yes.
no, this guy has to do this again.
Is it like they did thumbs up? I said down.
Yes.
Like, are you serious?
Yes, now. Yes, now. Let me tell you something. For
God, I beg
women,
you.
okay, for women,
Okay.
if the sex was not good, you didn't have sex.
Yeah.
Okay,
Nah.
so we seem to have a
It didn't
phone
happen.
call
It's a
right
phone
now.
call.
The
Problem.
first phone call.
Problem.
We're in trouble.
Hello? Hello?
The line no go clear.
Okay, so we lost the call, so
Have
we're
you
just
ever
going to
heard?
continue
Have
with...
you ever heard a woman
what
come to
Jack-
you to tell you that did you have sex with this person? This person said that they had sex with you. I'm like, who's that? I didn't feel anything. No, who that? How do you want? So I'm
Wait,
like,
wait, wait,
how
wait,
do you?
wait.
Wait, hold on. I'm like, how do you, as the guy,
People are even
want to
wait,
defend?
let's
how do you want to defend
let
that?
me understand what you're saying. The lady walks up to the guy, yeah?
Yes.
And the lady...
He
the
raised
guy...
them up. As in, like,
Wait,
oh,
she
he
can't
did it.
remember, like, did it enter?
It didn't enter. How many is still intact?
It did not enter.
Jesus.
It didn't happen.
Let me bust your mind. So
Yeah.
there are some guys that don't even that get there before they get there.
Oh, okay.
So you get what I mean?
I
So-
cannot relate, but I understand.
I'm on Tuesday o'clock on this line.
So in that case, it never happened.
Okay.
But to the guy, it did happen for him because he got there before he got there.
God, you should
You
write
get
a
me?
book.
No, but,
You should write a book.
but in all honesty, like based on your story now,
Yeah.
sex changes certain dynamics.
It does,
You
it
could
does.
you could be two friends that you're not dating, but because you had sex, you now decide to date, or you start asking yourself, "What are we?" And then some relationships have been built from that way. Relationships have started from one night stands to become lasting relationships.
That's correct.
That
That's
has
very
become
correct.
marriages
That's
with children. Yes,
As in one night stand.
One night
Oh, yeah,
stands.
yeah,
Wait, you meet a girl on Monday, you smash her on Monday.
Let me give you a story.
Oh, yes.
John Legend said
Yes,
the same
it
thing with
works.
his wife, Chrissy
yeah,
Teigen.
yeah. And okay, I
It
think
was a one night stand
Oh,
until
God.
today. Now they're happily married with kids.
I used to date
Yes.
someone. I used
It
to date
happens.
someone, and I remember back then she had some sort of reputation, some sort of like, oh, this lady is out there and everything, and every guy was just trying to eat that thing, if you get what I'm saying. So I remember that.
But you didn't marry her though. No, it's a yes or no question.
No,
like,
no. But we
hey.
did date for 8 years.
Not like-
Because yes, I wanted to do it and run. I'm being honest.
But
But
you just hook.
I ook. I ook like a fish.
Like
So women have that
yeah.
lookable ability.
Yeah,
I'm so sorry, but let me ask
in
you a
her
question.
defense, I discovered that the perception was wrong.
Wrong, yeah.
What
That's
people say
possible. No,
about
that's
her
very
Okay.
possible.
was
Very
totally
possible.
If you're
untrue.
mature and you understand that sex isn't really that much of a big deal, do you understand? You'll be able to. For guys, it's easy. Like you guys said earlier, it's easy for a guy to detach himself and
Yeah,
say, "This is
definitely.
just sex."
It's just sex, yeah.
It's harder for the women. But even you, as a guy, by the time you find yourself attached to somebody, and you now find out, "I love this girl as my friend. I don't want to lose her."
Yeah.
Then certain things start changing. The dynamics change.
So we've established that men
It's
can
possible.
handle it way better than women.
But you know, some women would actually argue different,
Otherwise, yeah.
right? I
If
feel
only
like
Zeno was here, he as a woman,
yeah.
he can.
Second,
He can
Oh, shots fired!
Come on,
but why don't you defend
You know the
himself?
thing is,
He's not
I
here,
bet-
though. He can't defend
I
himself.
feel like some women will argue, you know, otherwise that.
No, but
you
they
know,
just- they
you
just
know.
said it.
Yeah,
They just
because
said
the
it
truth
now,
is this thing swings both ways, right? A woman can come and tell you, you know what, I've been hurt one too many times,
Yeah.
and I don't want to even think about being with anybody. I just want to have sex with you. You're my friend. Let's have sex.
Ironic,
And they
Okay.
won't feel anything.
Okay,
just-
and guess what?
wait.
At the end of the day, now the guy go come, they love.
But now
Okay,
they go
okay,
to send you
that
message
was
at
a big-
11 a.m.
So-
We don't need any
Okay. You're saying that
Not true now, not true.
you're saying that it can be a different dynamic entirely.
Women are very emotional, and emotion and reason, they don't play together. They don't play together. They are two different ends of the stick. And when you're having sex with a woman, she believes that she owns your soul,
Yes.
regardless of whatever she's telling
Even
you.
if our intentions from the very beginning,
Very beginning,
was
that okay,
different.
we're just having sex, but so she feels that okay, if you can see me naked and me and you can do this, I have unlimited access to you. But you just come on, I just this 10 minutes, or after that, everybody go your way. So she's gonna get upset if she calls you, you don't pick the phone. Like you just chop me, you know.
Yeah.
They will say those things like, oh no, but it's really never for women. It's really never just that way.
Okay.
Except professional.
Professional. Okay. Since we've all given our thoughts on that, our next quick fire is if so we have a phone call. Sam is calling in. That's our first caller for today. Hello, Sam.
That's our first caller ever.
Hello, Sam. Okay, we just lost Sam. Please, Sam, call back.
We lost the
love
call.
to hear
Sam
from
is
you.
still alive.
Sam still alive. It's when the women. So funny when
Sam is definitely alive.
when men are calling,
Please
it's
call
okay.
back.
It's when the women start to call that you should be worried.
Yes,
should
be
be worried.
very worried. Okay, so we'll get back to the phone calls later, but let's move on to our next quick fire. This goes like this, from Dan Baiwa Gasol. And it's, if I find out my wife is in communication with any of her ex, I will end the marriage that day. The lady I was supposed to marry got pregnant by her ex while I was paying her tuition and everything. I will never forget the trauma. If your ex is important to you, go back to them. This is very simple. Okay? Like, so do you guys, we're all married here, but
So
do you
I'm
think
thinking,
that there
though,
are
I don't have any
boundaries?
So I don't. There are boundaries definitely, but I don't think I have any ex that I don't talk to though.
Okay?
Like, I don't burn bridges.
Yeah.
It's just a rule of life. Like, okay, I like to always leave things in such a way that if I meet you in future, if there's going to be any awkwardness, it will be from you. Because I want to be sure that, look, okay, even if I wronged you, which I've wronged a lot of people, I always make it up to, no, I always make it up to them. Like, I say, okay, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm sorry I messed up here. Maybe I didn't even have sense, but it is what it is. I can't remember any of my exes that
There's
still
bad
doesn't have my
blood,
phone
Abi?
number. There's no bad blood.
Okay.
If there's any bad blood, there's a problem. If there's any bad blood, there's a problem. And of course, a lot of times I feel like I respect. I always say this. I respect married women. So there's a friend of mine, a very good friend of mine. The moment she got married, if she called me, I know they pick.
Why?
She called me 2 days ago. No, because you
he
have to
knows.
respect that though.
Okay,
She's
okay,
married.
okay.
Yeah.
She
The
called me
respect.
like 3 days ago, and she was blasting me. You in this? I'm like, you are married.
Stay
There's-
married.
no, so
Stay
it's not. So for me, it's
married,
not even a question of staying married. It's a question of okay, do you honestly want to be explaining to your husband why there's somebody you are calling or there's somebody that is calling you? You don't need that stress in
Exactly.
your
Yeah.
life. Like,
Yeah.
and moreover,
But-
there are other people that you can deal with. It doesn't have to be me.
So, you know, I have an ex who is married, who we're still friends.
Your wife
But
don't go
wait,
like her.
no, hold
But
on,
you know,
hold
say your wife don't like her.
Hold on.
No, just first before you go
hold
on.
on, hold on.
Just
So you
answer
guys-
that.
So
the
You know
thing
your
is
wife
this,
doesn't like that though.
Listen, I hardly ever talk to this person.
Okay,
But
so
she gonna call
it's
you
not
now.
really, it's
All right,
friendship
but
in passing.
I do not pass that message aggressively.
Okay.
So it's
You-
one
you
thing
know
for
you
me
shouldn't
to
actually,
it's
you
one thing
shouldn't.
for me to have have a conversation with you, right? I have a conversation with you, and maybe in the next 1 week or 2 weeks, I'm not saying anything to you. All right, maybe she sees something on my status, and
And
she
she
says,
comments,
what's up now? You say, and then we
normal,
just
yeah.
banter.
Yeah.
How's the family? How are my babies and all of that? They are
Are
fine.
you call them your babies? Are you sure
No,
they're
just
your babies?
because we are
Okay.
friends. We're not.
Okay,
there's
and your
no-
wife is fine
Do you
with that?
understand?
She doesn't
See,
know about this. She's
the
just
way-
finding out
Yeah,
right
she
now.
doesn't know
No,
about
hold
it
on,
yet.
hold
No,
on.
but she's finding out right
Hold
now.
On the show.
now.
On the show.
No,
Guys,
no,
the one they know, Alawa.
what I'm saying
Okay.
is that I call if you have a kid now, of course you have kids, right? If I go to ask of them, I would say, how are my babies?
Yeah, no, I get
That's
you,
the way
obviously.
I
Yeah.
do that. You understand? Because obviously, it's important to understand that children would always be children.
Exactly.
Understand
Yeah.
that,
Right? So it doesn't mean that I have something for my ex, which essentially means that I'm okay with my wife talking to her ex as long as there is a barrier, as long as you respect
Okay, so
boundaries.
let's
Don't
ask-
forget that
yeah.
her ex is also married.
Hey, but
But
generally,
you understand?
guys,
Generally, I don't think
before
that's
we
the
go
only
on, I need to
information I
ask
want to
Gang
know, though.
this
Like,
question. Yes,
See, listen.
because Gang seems to be like the most
Let me
experienced
let
amongst
me
us. all.
let me let me
Gang,
take,
do
let me
you
take
have
this off.
This one they are taking
do
glasses off.
you have any exes that you're still in talking
So
terms
first, for someone like Gang, you have to define exes.
Good.
exes, yeah.
Thank you for saying that.
Let's
Because
define it.
here's the thing. For me, here's the funny
Are we
thing.
talking about
For me,
the ones that they
there's
ran through?
check this
or
out.
the ones that ran through? I mean, like, these are two different
Let me
things.
break it
though.
down for you.
Or was it standard relationship? Like, be clear.
Femi
Be very
knows
clear.
where Femi knows
Okay,
these
so
lines
let's-
to go.
Gang, let's
For me,
be
there are two
honest.
things. There's ex and there's former girlfriend.
What's the difference?
There's
There's
ex
ex,
and
there's
there's
former
former
girlfriend.
girlfriend. This
The
is what I
internet
mean.
is listening.
What do you mean, former girlfriend?
Let me give it to you.
It's OG.
Once I have
respect.
exed you,
Don't give it to me.
once
please.
I've exed
Once
you,
you
you don't
ex-
exist.
Whoa.
Okay.
You don't exist.
That's
There's
okay.
there's no coming back.
Excommunication.
Do you understand? There's
Okay.
no coming back from that.
So ex is break up to break
is
off.
yes, break
Break
off.
off.
Okay, to
That
break
person is not a
off,
part
okay.
of your life.
I agree.
That person doesn't exist. You guys never dated. You
We
never
never
did
met.
anything.
You never knew me.
met. I don't know you.
Okay,
Yes.
because it's ended badly.
You get where I'm coming from?
Okay.
Because there's this thing I've observed. A lot of people will be saying this person is my ex, but you're still concerned with what that person does with your life.
Okay.
How is that person ex? That person is still a part of your life.
But you haven't answered my question.
So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Here's the funny thing. So I have some exes that you can never bring up the situation that we were once together.
I like that.
You're done, you're gone.
Okay.
But I'm a very likable and friendly person. So we can do
Yeah.
business, we can do certain things.
Okay.
But it never occurs to me that we once had a thing. It's over. It's finished. You can't bring it up. But with a former girlfriend, there's still some intentions whereby, man, if I catch this girl for Dubai, something will happen. You get me? Something will
No, but
happen.
being truthful is honest. Though. It's being
So
honest.
the former
Being
ones
honest,
are the
though.
ones that you didn't like how it ended. You
Yeah.
still want something with them.
But the girl
You're
that-
concerned
Okay.
with what they're doing. You're concerned with their life. You're
Okay.
concerned with who they're seeing. They're looking hotter now. They've lost weight. They've hit the gym. Oh, this girl makes sense. Why is she so hot now? She wasn't like this
She wasn't
back
like
then.
this when we were
Okay,
dating.
you know what,
understand?
Gang, scratch the initial question. You've given me my answer.
So that's the thing. Because in all honesty, like lucky for me,
Yeah.
my wife doesn't really have exes. So I'm not worried about any man on the planet.
I don't understand. You married her a virgin,
Eh?
new, fresh out.
This is the black table, not the virgin show. Don't worry about that.
No, but honestly, though, I
See,
feel
for me
like
right now, my wife does not have exes. There's no.
Wow.
There's
Why?
Listen. There's nobody that my
Okay,
wife
you
is
know
talking
what?
with that
You
I
know
have
what?
an issue with. My wife
But
doesn't. She's like,
you know this thing that you said there. There was one day, I was at the petrol station like 11:30, Maryland. I was buying petrol.
11:30
PM.
in the evening.
Yeah, and then right behind me, one of my ex-girlfriends who from way back. We just said. Then her sister was there. She was like, "Oh, you live in the kitchen?" I'm like, "Yeah." And then like play. I don't know how we ended up in my house.
Oh, I see.
No, but of course my wife was at home.
Yeah.
It's until you mentioned it now, like, man, that was stupid. like, no, but you know
but
why?
you know why that's
in my
supposed to be-
mind.
Okay, yeesh.
I know, but in
Okay,
my mind,
so,
In your mind, it's
nothing.
done.
I would
She
like
gets
to
children
advise
now.
that
She's
we
done.
need
She's
to
somebody
stop
else.
confessing all of this on
No, but-
TV right now. I mean, we've done quite enough.
No, but until you said that, I was like, that was
See, that's
stupid,
why once
though.
you're done, you're done.
Because to me, I didn't even see her as ex. Now I just realized, oh, man, that girl
Okay,
dated,
so,
though.
When you're done, you're done.
So
Which one
yeah,
is X and I'm
my
so
own
worried
advice
about?
is very simple. I think when you break up with someone, try as much as possible to break off. It's going to create
No,
a
but
lot
don't
of
burn
problems
bridges. No, but
in the
don't burn
future
bridges
if
alive.
you
No, but
if you
don't burn
stay.
bridges. Bro, man, don't burn
Okay,
bridges
do not
alive.
burn
There are some-
bridges.
If you
do not
break
burn
up
bridges.
with someone,
No,
but
hold on.
if you
do
break
not
up
burn
with
bridges.
anybody,
But
and this is a rule
guys,
of- no, bro, this
we
is
need
a
to
rule
take
of
a
life.
quick break right now.
If you break up with someone, don't be dead to, don't be live and dead to. The relationship no work. It
So
doesn't
you know the
mean
thing is this.
that you guys can't do other
there's-
things
Okay, guys,
together.
hold that
Okay,
thought.
when
We'll
we-
talk
when we
more
come
about
back.
this when we return from this break. It is still the Black Table, and the conversation continues.
You always take the bill on the first date, second date, and third date. Bro code.
All right, welcome back. It's still the Black Table, and it's time for our main discussion for today. I mean, this is something that we need to talk about because different men in different time zones, different countries, different places have found themselves in this very ugly situation. We need to define this for every man out there and hope to find the proper answers and solutions. We're going to be talking about drawing the lines between consensual sex and rape. I'm sure everyone here knows about the case of the former Manchester City player, Benjamin Mendy, who has just been recently acquitted. Of, rape charges. He had about 10 counts of rape charges from 2 different women, and finally he has been acquitted. And it brought up the thoughts that,
There's another Nigerian guy as well.
Exactly.
Dr.
Olufumilayo, which the same thing has happened.
to as
But I remember last week we asked the question like, okay, there are times whereby, women have, come to the conclusion that certain things have happened. But the definition of rape is clear. It is clear. When do men start to take responsibilities? And when do women start to also take responsibility for this? So we need to draw the line so that, no one is taking advantage of.
I was going to say that we have actually talked about this before.
Yeah, we have.
You extensively talked about this before.
Yeah.
So I'd like for you to start where you stopped on that, because I remember you talked about the fact that at the point where there is no longer consent, that's where rape starts.
Exactly.
Because
Okay.
what you must also understand is that, at the point of, port of entry, so to speak, she might still be like, oh, she's enjoying it. Did you remember that you said that even at the time that she's saying, I'm wanting it, she can change her mind on the spot?
Okay.
Exactly.
So-
The sad thing is that these things have evolved to a very scary point. That mid-stroke,
I like that.
do you understand?
Okay, that's what he said.
I like that.
No,
I like
Yeah,
that.
there.
After about 15 pumps, she can say, I'm okay, stop. Meanwhile, you have like 45 more pumps to give. So, but once she says stop, so that's the problem. See, it's a very, it might be funny, but it's a very delicate place.
Yes,
Because
yes.
men are falling into certain traps and being found guilty, and nothing kills an honest man more
Okay,
than
so,
false allegations.
I would like to define what the term rape
But I'm
is.
so sorry. I'm so sorry.
So-
Okay, so please give us
Let
the
me
definition.
just quickly define, then
Okay.
we can get on. It
Okay.
states that rape is a type of sexual assault involving sexual intercourse or other forms of sexual penetration carried out against a person without their consent.
Now-
The act may be
okay.
carried out by physical force, coercion, abuse of authority, or against a person who is incapable of giving valid consent, such as one who is unconscious, incapacitated, has an intellectual disability, or is below the legal age of consent.
Yeah.
So basically, that's what rape is.
So,
Yeah.
based on that definition as well, you can come to the realization that that person will be guilty. Because how do you tell a judge when, of course, they do the test and they get the swab and all of that and your DNA and all of that? How do you explain to a court that it was after 10 pumps that she said no? I think that person is fucked at the point where he has already entered.
Yeah, language.
Okay, wait, guys.
My apologies.
Yeah, let's just look at this. I remember having this conversation with someone earlier, and I said to this person, I said, okay, you know what? When do women start taking responsibility for this? Yes, the law states that when she says stop, it is stop. But at the same time, I'm thinking, why would you put yourself in a situation that you can't handle in the first place? For instance, there are times whereby you've seen women go out late night, spend time over at a guy's place, and put themselves in very dangerous situations with people that they can't really vouch for. When do women also start to take responsibility and doing the right things? I know several women out there will probably not go to some people's places, no matter how friendly they get, because they know they might not be able to control the things that might follow after that.
It seems like Femi has a lot to say, but
let's say from Femi.
I think as a man, the odds are stacked against you already.
Exactly.
Like, don't shoot yourself in the leg. If she says no, even if you are 29 pump and there's 500 pumps more, just on pump. In fact, you can on pump, because the truth is, like you said, think about it like this. Okay, so you're going out with this girl, you guys do it, and then she wakes up tomorrow and says, he raped me. Is your word against our word, though?
Exactly.
So don't even put yourself in those type of situations.
And you know they will test her, right?
Yes.
And the moment they test her,
her.
whether you did one pump or half pump,
like,
you have done it.
So
as funny as it might sound,
yes,
that's the truth.
don't put yourself in those type of situations.
Yes.
Because the truth is,
so going by
I
the
have
recent
a friend in
cases,
the UK that said if he's ever going to do anything with any lady ever in this UK, you will get a form. You will sign that you consented to
you
this.
might think he's doing too much,
But
But it's
okay.
the
it's
fact.
not, though. It's not.
Now, here's
Okay.
the thing.
It's
let's say from guy.
I want to jump in real quick. Now, clearly, men have messed up over generations.
Most of them are even falling victims.
Yeah.
You
actually.
understand? They have
It's
messed
the
up with
side
the
of
way they've
stories that
treated
we hear.
women
Women,
and whatnot.
exactly.
I think part of the major concern here is that women are starting to weaponize sex in a way that I can use this against you. And once society hears that, you're finished as a man.
You're
so
finished.
it's very scary and
Very.
delicate in terms of consent and whatnot. So it's in terms of women taking responsibility. Sometimes, like in Mendy's case, they did research and found out that the ladies that were accusing him of attempted rape and rape Googled his net worth. They went online to find out how much this guy is worth, to find out how much money
They can
he
get
has,
off the case.
so that they could get. That's before they even started presenting their case.
Whoa.
So that was used against them. Now the funny thing is that men operate very blindly. First of all, let's say something. Yes, when we were younger, before we got married, we could have been a little bit wayward and a little bit loose. The thing is, we are not supposed to be that way. We're not supposed to be randy. But a lot of men choose to live that kind of lifestyle. So this kind of comes with the territory. And like Mendy, they said in the courts, he was a very promiscuous person. Do you understand?
So it was a perfect candidate.
There was a statements he made that they had about how he views women and feels women are like this, like that. But that couldn't be used against him in that case. So truth be told, you shouldn't be, once you're a man that lives that kind of lifestyle, you need to be cautious to know that the slightest thing can be brought against you.
So where do men draw the line?
Then you have to be a decent man.
Once she says, bro,
First.
once she says stop.
Yes, you have to be a decent individual.
Once she says
And like Dex said, these days
let
you
it
have
go, man.
NDAs and you tell somebody, babe, I want to take you home and this is what I want to do to you. Do you agree? Sign here.
Do you consent?
Sign here.
It's not a
It's
joke.
not a joke.
That's what happens these days.
What's that guy's name? The band.
The band, yes.
His career was already on the way down,
He had
right?
something some
The
couple of years back.
moment that rape thing came out, like it just evaporated now.
And he hasn't recovered from that.
He hasn't. The band.
The band.
Yeah.
He hasn't recovered,
Yeah.
even though the girl came out to say later that this, but he was. You see, that stigma doesn't go.
Yeah,
It
that's
doesn't
But,
go.
but
So like,
another thing
hardly
is
goes.
this. Now that some of these cases have gone to court, and they were acquitted of this charges, what happens to cases of people who it was confirmed that they falsely accused this man?
So that is
What-
where
what
that
happens?
is where
I think
you
the same punishment.
So-
the same
no.
punishment
So-
that
so-
the guy is supposed to get, you should get it.
no. So that's
should.
the
No, you
the
should.
thing right now.
Yeah.
You should.
And that, I think, is why Gang said that the odds are against. I think, Femi, you're the one that said that the odds are already against you.
As a man, the odds are
And you
against
see, the thing is this. The odds are against men because the law does not recognize that men can be
Victims
framed.
too,
They
yeah.
can also be victims.
Yeah.
Do you realize that men are actually raped? Do you know that
No, they
there
are,
are
though.
women? There are women that are physically able to pin you down and rape you.
I
Did
never
you
say
know
I'm
that?
bro.
No, it's because, no, let me tell you why.
I
Oh, I'm
never-
telling you
I'm sorry,
facts.
I'm sorry.
telling-
Never say I'm-
Okay, so let me ask you, the ones that slip things into your drinks.
Okay,
Okay.
well, that's possible. But
It's
like,
rape
he go
now.
wait,
It's
wait,
not.
wait,
It's
wait,
not
hold on,
consensual
hold on,
now.
hold on, hold on, wait.
You go pin you down.
Hold on. Let's really talk about this. Yeah.
No, the life
A
of
man.
ourselves.
I'm sorry. I think I'm with Okpa on this one. I don't think a man can be raped by
by
a woman. I don't think a man can be raped by a woman.
Women.
And the reason why I'm saying that.
What if
I
it's
can't
more
allow
than
rape me,
wait,
what
the
if it's
reason
more
why I'm
than
saying
one
that-
woman?
let's be clear.
What if it's more than one woman?
Wait, hold on.
Who told you
If
that
it's
I
more
don't
than
want
one woman.
to rape me?
Listen,
Okay,
Like,
gang,
why-
let's
I want to
clear
share,
what gang wants to
I
share
want
with
to
us.
share a true story with you.
Out.
It's not a true story. I watch a lot of Law and Order, SVU, and some other things. There was an episode whereby a girl was raped by a couple of guys, and she orgasmed during the rape. So part of the things that they were trying to use against her were the fact that if it was rape, why would you orgasm? Now you need to understand how the flesh works. Human flesh. Let me give you an example of how human flesh works. You have a son. So do you. I don't. Dek, do you have a son?
Yeah.
Good. A newborn, a baby. There's a way a male baby that has a tiny little penis that knows nothing, his penis can get erect.
Really?
It happens.
Yeah,
Yes.
standard.
Yes.
Okay.
Dude, ask your wife about your son when he was a little baby,
Yes,
a
it's
little
true.
infant.
Okay,
It
as an
happens.
infant. Yes,
And
that's like a reaction
There's a
of
way.
some sort.
There's a way the anatomy of man, of flesh, just happens that the penis can stand erect. We have morning wood. You are not dreaming about any woman. You wake up and you have a hard on. We're not
yes.
getting something. Femi, you can wake up with a hard on by default. So this is the problem. People see rape as it involves penetration. And a woman cannot penetrate a man. That is why they say.
That's where I'm going.
No, that's what I'm saying. Listen,
That's where I'm
but
going.
this is what I'm saying.
Hold on.
A man can say no, I don't want. My penis can be erect, but I don't want to sleep with you. And that is what rape is
Okay.
about.
Interesting.
Consent does not mean my penis is not hard.
Well, true.
I don't
Okay.
want
That's
to
what I'm
sleep with you.
saying.
I don't understand.
Okay, so
That's what I'm
let's hear
saying.
Okpa's definition of this.
Personally, I don't understand how a woman of the same frame where I did, like, don't be like, say, muscular pass me, come
pin
pin
you
me
down.
down, come,
You
What's that now?
But that's not,
What's that
so that's
now?
not the definition of what I'm
You're a
saying.
male Ashawo, so it's easy
No,
for you.
allow it, but it doesn't
So
mean I
you
should
know
rape
that
me. Let's
it's
be
not.
honest.
See, let me tell you, you're only speaking for yourself. There are other men who are very, very decent, who don't want this, and they might literally say, "I don't want this."
Femi,
And
is it
because
every
women-
woman you want to sleep with?
It's not.
No.
So there can be
It's
one
not.
girl that you would never
So are you
approach.
saying,
Yes.
no, but are you saying that, because let's put this in proper perspective. Are you
Okay.
saying that, so I'm hanging out with a girl, we're just having drinks and all,
Yeah.
and then she says, hey, I want to sleep with you. I'm like, no, I don't want to sleep with you.
Oh, really?
Oh, no, I'm like, I don't want to sleep
Yeah.
with you. And then she goes, no. And then she comes all over me, she's rubbing me. And then I get an erection. And I'm like, no, even though I have an erection, I don't still want to do this.
Yeah.
Then one way or the other, I find our way into the house. And then she comes, blah, blah, blah. I can't say she raped me, bro.
No, let me break it up for
Okay,
you.
so-
No, please let me break it up for you. Just give me at least 60 seconds.
Okay, 60
This-
seconds.
This is it, right? You're with a woman that you don't want to sleep with. You've told her you don't want to sleep with it. She could put something in your drink. She can tie you up. You're unconscious. And at the end of this day, do things to you physically that will make your manhood stand.
Yes.
You didn't want to sleep with her, but she coerced that. Now, let me tell you something. Some women that are raped, they get moist, they get wet. It doesn't mean they want it.
True.
True point.
The
true
same
point.
way you're
True
hard on
point.
doesn't mean you want it.
Okay.
So you get me? Because as men, our anatomy makes it stand out that it's very visible. But for women, you don't see it.
That's
A woman
correct.
getting moist or climaxing from rape does not mean she wanted it.
True that.
You that you're getting hard as a man does not mean you wanted it. You get where I'm coming from? Because they can influence you and pressure you. That is why it's consent. Does he want it? The answer is no. I don't. When
Okay.
you force me to take or receive what I don't want, it's rape.
Okay, so
All right, so
I
guys,
just
we
want
need
to
to
know.
quickly
So
take
I don't know,
a
but hold
quick
on,
break.
I'm saying that if she let's assume that she raped me, then by like the 5th bump, and I'll take charge.
We're
Is that
still
still
pumping
rape,
here.
though?
No, that
Okay.
is.
I
So
don't
that's
know, is
typical.
that rape?
Let me give you an example.
Wait,
A lot of
guys,
guys.
we need to quickly
because
take a
technically
break.
She raped me at the beginning.
We-
But
so-
if I call the enjoy, is this still rape though?
Okay, we need to
Is
take
it
a
yes
quick
or
break.
no? It's
Guys,
yes
we need
or
to
no?
take
Is
a
it
quick
still
break.
rape?
We need to take a quick break. I mean, it's still the black table. It's controversial, and that's why we're talking about it. You can still call in and be a part of this. Give us your thoughts on this, your point of view on this, and you know, hopefully we're able to get more, you know, answers on this. We go on a quick break now. When we return, the black table continues, and hopefully the guys stop arguing. All right, welcome back. It's still the Black Table. It's the Ultimate Men's Show. And of course, we've been having quite a time here this evening. Tonight, we decided to talk about drawing the line between consensual sex and rape. And we have a lot of feedbacks coming from, you know, you guys out there. But before I go any further, if you really like what I'm wearing, it's courtesy No Limits Stitches. Great guy, great designer. You're going to be seeing Mazino wearing a lot of his stuff on the show very soon. So, I mean, check him out if you can and when you can. Now let's go into the tweets from different individuals. I'm going to be reading the first one from Ari here. Ari says, okay, Olamide Chef Dammy, Mata don't tire me. Oh. This guy that gave her 1 million, Fekomi, gave her the money when people were mocking her that she was going stuff. She was going stuff without bodyguards. Now, the question is, should she have collected the money because it was Fekomi or damned the consequences? What do you guys think?
No,
Damn the
that's
consequences.
in retrospect. Now. She has already
She has
collected
already-
the
yes,
deed.
but
The deed has been done.
So the deed has been done. But
yes.
do you think she should have
She
collected the
should
money?
damn the consequences.
That's what we're saying now.
Chef
Okay,
Dammy
damn the
doesn't care
consequences.
what
Just
you're
like
doing.
my name is
Collect
Dammy
the
the
money.
consequences.
Dammy consequences.
Dammy is damning the
damn.
consequences.
She
And
damned
to
the consequences,
Harry,
right.
she actually, it was after she was seen fetching water from the well.
Oh.
Not about the bodyguard thing. It was, I mean, bodyguard thing had already gone. The recent video of Dammy was when they said, you know, she was, you know, was when, you know, she was trying to fetch water
from the well. Yeah.
You know, it was after that
Fekomi came through.
into it. Yeah.
Okay, so let me take the next tweet. Next tweet is from Susan, and she says, yes, of course, K, I can F-K a man and keep it on a friendship level 100%.
Has she
I
done
met
it
my
before?
husband.
Has she done it before?
I met my husband and we had a one-night stand.
Wow.
The man started looking for me up and down because I did not call him after a week, telling me I am the first woman that never called him after a one-night stand. Well, interesting. It
Very
said,
interesting.
Bro, you did not. Okay, so there are a lot of the F word here that I can't read out. It always, yeah, interesting stuff.
Like we said,
don't know what to say.
there's 1 in a million. There's some women out there that understand how men roll and have some masculinity in them, and they don't really get so emotional when it comes to sex.
True that.
Okay.
You get me? So they just lay it as it is. A lot of those girls have very close male friends, and it's not a big deal to them. So in that kind of situation, it works. Not what works for one person doesn't mean it has to work for another.
Everybody, yeah, true.
So it works for her. God bless you.
Okay, so the next tweet is from Deji, and it says, me that I scaled through my interview to the final 2. On my last stage, I was to be interviewed by the head, HR. She just kept looking at me strangely throughout the interview, and I was wondering if my shirt was torn. Apaz, we done another F word like 10 years ago, and I did not remember.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
I get this now.
Yeah.
And I did not greet her in a friendly way, but
Yeah.
I lost the job. Oh.
Oh,
Okay,
straight
so
up,
this guy is
straight
talking
up.
about going for
Bro,
a
straight
job
up.
interview, and he met someone he had been with intimately in the past, and he actually couldn't even remember her until, you know, it was a bit too
except
late.
you're gang, though. Except you're gang, that shouldn't happen to you as a human being.
That shouldn't.
It shouldn't.
It shouldn't.
You know what? I've heard
That
people
means
say...
that
after-
guy.
after
That means
the
that
show,
guy.
I will ask you some
That
questions.
guy is a bad boy.
He's a loose cannon.
Is a
So
bad boy.
I don't know how people say that. I've heard people say it a lot, like,
So-
I can't remember this.
so first
but
one,
I don't think I
no,
would
first thing
forget
I-
someone
no,
that
for-
I was intimate with.
First thing I always say is, anybody that I've dated, like I said before the show, it must end on a very pleasant tip. So if at any point in time I walk into a place and you are going to decide my destiny, Yahweh now.
There's something I
Why
wanted
did
to
you
say,
bad
but I
now?
reserve this.
It just didn't work though. It didn't work. Walk me. Because the truth of the matter is that human beings we're like water. You don't know where you're going to meet anybody.
according to this guy, I don't think it's day two.
It's not date. They didn't date. It was a one-night stand.
Even at that, treat people good. Always make sure. I say, always make sure you treat people good. You can't define how people remember you. You can't.
Okay,
Yes,
I still have two more messages to take.
Yes,
Treat them good.
The next one is this. It's from MM, and she says, with all the stories of men being falsely accused, should punishment not be meted out to these accusers, and what kind of punishment?
So I think
what do you
laws. I think laws should be created for false victims, right? So what that means is that if you accuse someone falsely and investigations come out that
Let me play devil's advocate.
Okay.
you should
Let me play devil's
get
advocate.
punished.
Women have suffered enough to face these kind of things.
Yeah.
Men have enjoyed certain privilege, although by default, like Femi said, odds are already against you that you're a man. Do you understand? So it's very difficult to start punishing women for this thing after all the things that
So
women have been through.
what would you call it punishing if a woman
So let me-
decides
If
to
it's-
end-
if it's-
I don't understand.
a
So are
false
you saying
accusation.
that? So it's okay for people to destroy people's
it's
lives?
wrong though.
It's not okay. But the thing is,
There's no
you
buts.
that you've been one randy man, you
So
should
wait,
calm
wait, so
down.
My
So let me
punishment
get
of
it
being a
straight.
running man.
So
Yes.
My punishment for being a running man is that
Is that
I
other men-
from Mushin
other
to
men
come and
should
end
be-
my career.
Okay,
like
guys.
that.
No,
Next
not
time
even
we
you.
behave.
Not even
Before
you.
we get any.
So let me
any
get it
further-
straight. What are you saying?
I said let me be devil's advocate. I don't agree with what I'm
So
saying.
what I'm saying is this.
I don't
You're
agree
saying
with what I'm
guys,
saying.
there shouldn't be any
Guys.
consequences for false accusations.
You know what? Since Ganga said what he said, I think he should take the
tip?
just the tip. Yes, you're taking just the tip. Hopefully this solves
No, but
the
that's just
back
the
going
tip.
Am
on.
I taking it now?
Yes, you're taking the tip.
Just
now.
Again, the last
Just the tip.
person.
No, we've totally run out of
Oh,
time.
We're running out of
Okay.
time,
And
so
we
let
need
me
to
do
go.
this real quick. Check this out. I feel that every friendship should be beneficial, depending on what you're benefiting from the friendship. If it's sex and it works for you, fine. If it's not, but there should be some benefit to your friendship. It could be material. You get me? This I should pull out. This tip is going into deep. So that's every friendship should be beneficial. So you should be able to put certain things aside and know what your friendship is worth.
All right, Gang, thank
that's
you.
that, yeah.
Gang finally pulled out with
I'm out.
some things spilling out too.
Pulling out.
As always. That pro.
So I mean, it's been wonderful having you guys here.
Thank you for
And
having us.
interestingly, I've learned quite a lot. Thank you very much. It's time for us to go home. Some of us might not be allowed into our homes, but we'll still make an attempt. Thank you very much. It's the Black Table. It's been a wonderful time. We'll see you guys same time, same station next week. Bye-bye.